What's up, YouTube? Back once again. It's the Reezonotix, and I'm doing a review this time. I know I said I was going to do Tatsunoko versus Capcom Ultimate All Stars, and I am, but I wanted to give this game some love right quick. It's my newest title for the PlayStation 3. I got this I say about a month ago. It came out February, I want to say February 12 or something like that. I don't remember, but it's an amazing game, and it's a game that deals with a franchise and a property that I am very, very much a fan of and have been since I can remember, and that is Alien versus Predator on the PlayStation 3. Also available on the Xbox 360, but at least on the PS3, you won't have to be worrying about the system scratching up your disc or breaking on you. I have a 360 a shot real quick. But nah, yeah, man, it's an amazing title, man. It is. I would not call this game a first-person shooter as I'm seeing it called in so many different websites and reviews. It's not a first-person shooter. Okay, only one third of this game is a first-person shooter. The other two thirds is a first-person adventure, just like Metroid Prime. You can't really call Metroid Prime one, two, or three a first-person shooter because it's not. It's a first-person adventure. And when you're playing through the eyes of the Predator, it's a first-person adventure. Your majority of your weapons, the majority of your fighting is going to be melee fighting with the wrist blades. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any guns as a predator. You have the plasma caster if you want to count that as a gun. You know, you got your spears, your combi sticks, whatever they're called. You got your smart disc that are like the ninja stars that shred people up. You got the proximity mines, and you got no, that's it. You know, those are the weapons that you have as the predator. You know what I'm saying? So there's no first person shooter there. It's just first person perspective. And as the alien, you got no weapons whatsoever. You got your claws and your teeth. You know what I'm saying? And and your tail. It's just in the first person perspective. So that's first and foremost. I want to get that off my chest because so many people are coming down on this game and hating on this game because it's because there's so many. As IGN said, there's so many better first person shooters out there. Well, that's great. Too bad that this isn't a first-person shooter. It's an Alien versus Predator game. Simple as that. It's a first-person adventure. So let me just go through the game real quick. First and foremost, the reason I really was so anxious to get this game and I could not wait once I saw the videos and the trailers to buy it on day one, which I did, is because it's got three different campaigns for the single player. You got the Colonial Marine, which is the human being. That's the only part of the game that's a real first-person shooter. Then you got the Predator and you got the Alien. You play from either one of their perspectives, and all three of their stories meet at some point and intertwine and form the backdrop for this amazing clash between these species. I'm saying the story, as far as I can tell, I mean, I played through the whole thing, all three campaigns, and the story that I saw. Of course, the stories in these games aren't that or these movies for that matter, aren't that great. They're just enough to get these characters together, and they let the fighting and the clash do the rest of the talking for the movie or the game. The story is basically you're on this planet. I'm not even gonna try to say the name of the planet because it's some number like HK-209 or something like that. It's a colony that the Marines have made. And the Weyland Yutani Corporation is at work there on something, secret and something sinister. And it involves the xenomorphs, or the aliens as we know them, and the predators are also around because on that planet there is one of those pyramids where the predators did their training and did their hunting and all that, and the humans have excavated it and found it, and the predators don't like their holy site being disturbed. That's my son in the background, as always. The predators don't like their holy ground being defiled by the humans. So that's when they show up, and the aliens are being used and grown and experimented on by the humans. So there you have the perfect setup for this clash to happen. Um, what else can I say? The graphics, it's so funny because I've seen people, come down on the graphics in this game saying the graphics aren't that nice, the textures aren't that nice. I'd be hard to find better graphics. Like, I'm not saying they're photo realistic like Call of Duty. No, they're not. But I'd be hard pressed to find better graphics for the type of game and the vibe and the attitude that this game is trying to deliver. Every little detail in the alien's exoskeleton and everything is perfectly rendered and visible as you see the aliens crawling around and attacking you. The frame rate, they say the frame rate takes a drop. It only took a drop on me once or twice. It stays pretty consistent throughout. The Predators helmets and the armor and the weapons, amazing, bro. Looks great. It's got, I think. Let me see if I'm not mistaken. Mm, it doesn't say on the back of the box that I can see, but I'm almost positive that this game uses the Unreal Engine. I'm not gonna go on record and say that's the case, but it looks like it, feels like it when you're playing it. So I mean, the graphics are superb. The environments are awesome, whether you're inside the pyramid or the ancient ruins, the Predator ruins, or the space, the colony, the jungles. Oh man, it's awesome. Especially when you're playing as the Predator and you're using the three different vision modes: the infrared, the alien vision to see the aliens, and in the cloak mode where you cloak yourself and you can see like the ripples of your outline. It's just amazing, man. And the game does such a phenomenal job of bringing you into the Alien versus Predator universe. For example, when you play as the Predator, every time you pull off a kill or win a battle, you'll hear, or just randomly throughout the game as you're moving about, you'll hear that purr, that little growl that the Predator does to perfection, just like if you're watching the movie. It's super authentic. When you're running around as the alien, you hear the squealing and the roaring that the alien does, and there's even a button, the triangle button on the PS3. I don't know what it is on the 360, but on the PS3, if you could be hanging on the ceiling, and if you see humans down there, you want to lure them to where you're at with the alien. You just press triangle, and he'll let out a hiss like a you know what I'm saying? He'll just roar, and the humans will be like, they'll come to that sound to investigate, and then you get to drop on them. With the Predator, they went so far as to include what's called distract, where you can target somebody from far away and you can distract them, and it's just like in the movies. You know how the Predator's helmet records people's voices and he can use them. You could distract by targeting them, and then you'll play a little audio clip from your visor, and it'll sound like one of their comrades or one of their buddies calling them over here, and then they'll come to the spot where you designate them to come to, where you make the sound seem like it's coming from, and then you get the drop on them. It's amazing. Uh, what else, man? The weapons for the humans are awesome. The pulse rifle is there. Shotguns, I mean, smart guns, everything is there. Just an amazing single player campaign, all three ways that you go through it. The multiplayer is where it's at, though. That is super addicting. Online, first day that I bought it, it was kind of hard to find a match because I guess some people were iffy about the game, didn't know if they wanted to buy it or not. But yeah, I played it last night, and it's been about almost a month since I got the game, and it's easy to find the game. No disconnections, no lag, perfectly flawless, and it's super addicting, man. Especially deathmatch, bro. Interspecies deathmatch, bro. You get 8 to 12 people in there, bunch of different aliens, predators, and humans, and just go at it, bro. And there's this thing called trophy kills, which is kind of like even in one of the advertisements for the game, it says that trophy kills are the new headshot. It's the same feeling you get when you're playing Call of Duty or one of those other first shooters, and bam, you get a headshot. It's like boom, instant kill. You feel that satisfaction, like yeah. Well, in this game, there's a thing called trophy kills, where when you sneak up behind someone or you hit them so hard that you daze them, then you can press the square button to grab and you do a trophy kill, which is like there's a million different ones. Like the Predator has a bunch. Like he'll pick the guy up and he'll take his wrist blades and shank him right in the eyes, and then he'll take his other wrist blades and cut his head off, and then pull his head right off the claws and look at it, and then just throw it aside. Or he'll cut his head off and rip the spine out through his chest. Just crazy stuff that the Predator does in the movies. Um, he's got one where he just stabs him from the back and picks him up, like he just shanks him right, like rips his back open and drops him. The aliens got one where he grabs the guy, turns him around, and does a little mouth thing right to the face, or the tail blade right through the chest. I mean, amazing. The Predator and the aliens have trophy kills, and online it's just a ball, man. And there's a bunch of different modes. There's alien infestation, which is you and a couple other marines standing, co-op against a horde of invading aliens. There's the predator hunts. There's a bunch of different stuff, man. So all in all, I gotta say the graphics superb. The gameplay modes, especially on multiplayer, great. The single player campaigns awesome. Not a lot to not like about this game, which is why I can't understand why IGN and other sites gave it 7.0s and that. I am going to give this game a 9.0. Alien vs Predator on the PS3 gets a 9 out of 10 for me, man. Amazing title. If you're skeptical, but you're a fan of the Alien vs Predator franchise, I'd say do yourself a favor and at least go rent it. Go rent it, order it, get it on GameFly, whatever you got to do, or just go out and buy it, man. It is well worth it, man. And there's a lot of unlockables and collectibles to keep you playing for months at a time, man. So, again, Alien vs Predator PS3, great title, 9 out of 10. God bless y'all. Stay gaming.